Hi everyone, it's a rare quiet moment, so I'm doing some scrapbooking in my Webster's standard size. This is what I'm using at the moment for all my day-to-day scrapbooking really, unless there's a theme, like we've been on holiday or something like that, and then that's getting its own individual scrapbook, whatever size that might be. I can show you some of those later. So this is the one I'm working in at the moment. I need to finish decorating it. I haven't done the pockets yet. And then I have several books in here. And I've decorated the front of a couple of them. So I've got that one that I've decorated. I still need to do that one. There's a little pocket in here that I can put little bits in, memorabilia and stuff like that as I'm on the move. Got a little travel dashboard in there, and then another book that I've decorated. And what else have we got in there? Yeah, another, this one's more of a notebook, so I can jot down ideas and notes as I'm on the move, but it's a work in progress. It may all change as I'm going through. So I've started in it. I did a workshop at the Crafty Cat shop last weekend, and this was the page I did in the workshop, and this one as well, and I did put the little ticket in from the shard, and then I finished it off at home. So I did that at home, and then since then I have done some more as well. So I'm just going to move on to my next page. So I've already started putting some tape down. Oh, yesterday I spent ages taking all the photos off my phone. I was a bit behind for that job. There was loads and loads. I think there was about 1.5 years worth on there. So I'm up to date now with that, which I need to do that more frequently. And I've ordered some prints as well, so I will be able to crack on a bit and catch up, I think. That's the idea anyway. I've printed these. They were free, and I'll pop the website. I think it was a teaching resource website actually, but it was free, so I'll pop that in a link below. So it's just graph paper, and it's a grey dotted graph. I like it because it was a bit more subtle than the heavy blue lines, and it's going to work well for this. So I've already pre-stuck tape everywhere just to save a bit of time. That's my dog running around that you can hear. Excuse me, I've got the sniffles today. I'm not poorly. It's allergy related. Okay, so what I love about printing on A4 is that it's the same size, height should I say, as a standard insert. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And then I'm going to trim off the excess with my new funky scissors. I'm not really a measure. Oh, hi Bella, get down. I'm not really a measure guillotine sort of girl. I just, oh, she's back again. I just kind of stick it down and then carry on. I'm trying to scrapbook a bit quicker, not spend so long sort of staring at pages and measuring things. I'm a bit behind, so I need to just get it down really. So let's just take those off of there. I think she's going to come and investigate again. She's a little bit cheeky. I can hear her sniffing at all the things on my desk. Okay, I was going to do this live and I didn't. I'm not quite sure why in the end. Quite like doing live videos. Okay, so this one is going to go in. We're going to have both pages with the graph. I'm just going to line that up. Stick it down. Perfect. Quite like that. Looks a bit white and crisp at the moment, doesn't it? So what I'm going to share is I'm going to build this page. Oh, it's a bit of glue that's just fallen on there. I'm going to build this page up using Project Life cards. So this is a new kit that I got recently. That I quite like. I can't remember. Actually, this is 2 different kits, so I'll have to link that below as well. They're from Crafty Charlie. No, I'm not even going to try and remember. But yeah, there's 2 different ones anyway, but they're brand new ones. So what I like doing at the moment, well, I say at the moment, I've always done that really. I like layering quite a bit. With Project Life cards, and also creating that illusion of having a bigger sheet of card than you've actually got. So what I mean by that is I've taken one of the smaller Project Life cards, I've cut the top off, and then I'm just going to poke that in. I will be a bit more precise. I know there's me saying I don't really measure very often, but I'll be a bit more precise with this. It's straight away created the illusion of a bigger piece of card, which is quite handy. There's no point sticking all that behind the photo anyway. You might as well cut smaller bits and then make it look bigger. Just saves on card. So I'm going to bring that up a bit more, I think. Yeah, about there. So let's stick that down. I haven't pre-stuck that. So you can see it would look like that underneath. So let's just do, I'm also going to cover up this white bit just for this particular layout. Usually, I've said this a lot recently, apologies if you have seen any of the live Facebook videos or if you were at the workshop. Usually I stick just in the middle to start off with, and there's a reason for that. I'm not going to do it on this one, and there's also a reason for that. So usually I just stick in the middle because I like to add to the layout. So if it was stuck just down the middle, you'd be able to get underneath these bits, and I like to sort of add things and layer things, and I don't like anything too final usually, but with this, I've already pre-thought this one and it is going to be fairly final. So I'm not going to do that on this occasion. Just lining it up there with the graph paper as it's quite symmetrical, everything's lining up quite neatly. So I thought I'd better make sure my Project Life card is quite neat as well. Can't be having any crazy lines on that. So this is what I usually do, right down the middle, and I am going to do it on this bit because then I can use my smaller pieces to tuck underneath. So I'm just going to make sure I've given myself enough. Yeah, so it's going to be about there. So I think I'm going to put the bottom of the photo in line with the white bit that I'm covering up. And I'm going to do it off center, so it's not stuck all the way. So I can take these pieces now. So this was supposed to be on the first page. On the Project Life cards, they give you suggested first and last page cards that you can put. So if I put that back together, so they're saying if you had an insert, like a page protector, sorry, not an insert, that was that format with the 2 larger and the 4 smaller and the 2 larger, it's saying that this particular card would look nice there. And there's a whole set of these. They've like put them out. Obviously you don't have to do that, but that's if you're actually going to do the proper Project Life. I have tons and tons of these that I just use for general scrapbooking. I used to do Project Life a while ago, but now I use them all up. I say use them all up, and this is a brand new set, but I use them up in scrapbooking. I'm just going to lift that up just slightly because I want that to go a bit higher up. So about there, I think. So now I'm going to take the top piece and line it up. About there. That's it. And now I can pop those edges down a bit more, which I'm going to pull those off later. I won't make you watch me do that. I'm just going to get them under there. So, what else do I want for this? I found these. I say I found them. They were also on a Project Life card, on a white one. So it was a white background, and then it had these kind of staggered, which I quite liked. So I've cut them out to pop on here. So I'll stick them down in a minute. And then I've got some twine. I can't remember where this one came from. I think this one was a Hobbycraft one. It was with the present wrapping things. It's a nice thin one, it's not too chunky, which when you're doing these kinds of books and layouts, you don't want anything to be too chunky, otherwise your book ends up massive. I've just realised I can't sit down because Bella's sat on my chair behind me. I would just sit on her. So with the twine, I'm just going to let it curl up a bit and pop it down, and then kind of just see where it falls. Oh, there she goes. So I might have it there. Yeah, I think I'm going to have it down here. So I'm going to take the Glossy Accents, which is quite good for the twine, and draw just a thin line. So it's still kind of curling the way it wants to curl. I'm just going to pull it a little bit tighter to make sure it fits. Oh, typical, isn't it? It's not working quite so well when I'm demoing it. Oh, there we go, we got there. So yeah, just going to pull that so it sits in that wiggle of glue, and then I'll trim that edge off. Yeah, I quite like that. These scissors are quite sharp, so it's okay, but sometimes I wait until it's completely dry before I trim. Otherwise it pulls it and distorts it. But these ones are really sharp, so they're not too bad. So let's take these little things. Yeah, I am going to use some of the tape. Let's stay with this tape. It's got the kids like glitter glue and stuff all over it. So I think I'm just going to take a couple of tiny bits. It's very sticky. Like that. Then I'm going to start with the bigger piece, I think. Let's just get them stuck first. Oh my gosh, sorry. I need to cut my nails. They've got a bit long. Take that last bit. Okay. So, I quite like I'm going to stagger them like that. That one needs a bit of ink to make it stand out, unless I put it higher. Oh, I'm not sure now. I haven't pressed these down, so they're movable at the moment. I don't know if that looks better further down or not. Let's try it over there. It looks better there. So I'm going to ink them all just because it will look weird if one has got the ink and the others haven't. So this is a Tim Holtz Distress ink. This is frayed burlap. And then I've got, this is also a Tim Holtz. These pads are on Velcro, so you can change them. I think you can also get a circular version of this. They sell this in Hobbycraft. And it just creates a bit of a softer look when you're inking. It's not so harsh, which sometimes is quite nice. It just depends what you're doing really, but most projects I like just a softer look around the edges. It gives it a bit more definition. Oh, chucking them all over the place now. Okay. Well, the dog's no longer on my chair, so I might be able to sit down after all. Oh. It's a bit quiet doing this on my own. Last time I did a live Facebook video, my daughter was helping me. I say help, bless her. She's 8, so it's her own unique version of helping. But she was passing me things and just seems a lot quieter today in comparison. So you can see that has given it a bit more contrast because they're both pink, which I quite like. Now, I'm going to, I need to put a bit of tape there. This particular layout is going to have more journaling on this side. So I need to create something, maybe here and here, to balance out the embellishments that are over here. In these colours, I think. So you have like your triangle to draw the eye. So yeah, something here and something maybe about here. And then I think I'm just going to write directly onto this graph paper. So I'm just going to go and have a look and see what I'm going to put to match. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Right, I went to go and get a couple of punches as well. So I found some more cards. What have I done with them? There they are. So I've got, out of the same collection, this card, which I've just chopped the bottom off. And I'm going to put that there. And then I found another card, which I've just cut this arrow out of. So I'm going to pop that across. And then, where's my punch gone? I brought down my Martha Stewart Circle Punch. I use this one quite a bit. So I'm going to use, I'm not going to waste this, I am going to use it. So I'm going to cut a circle out of that. And that's going to go up there. Start sticking some stuff down because it's all just flying off. So we'll have a piece across there. I'm going to line that up. How I go down? Let's check the thickness of this. Yeah, I'm going to go about there. And I'm going to trim the end, the excess off the end there as well. I just realised I think I might sound a bit tired today. I am a bit tired. Normally there's more bubble in my voice, but I'm tired today. So I stick that there. And then I'm going to have that there. And I'm going to, there it is, my pink one. I've got my Heart EK Success. I love these because they fold up for storage. They're great. You just push them and then click. I've got quite a few of these. So I'm going to do I might do it from that side there actually. I like to get as much out of the sheets as possible when I cut them up. So I think I'm going to put that there. God, I feel like I need something red to match this. I might dig out some letter stickers. But for now I think I'm going to do that, and I am going to ink around the edges as well of those two, just because they're smaller. And it just makes them stand out a bit more. Top up. Also makes your inks last ages as well, because you don't need a lot. That's better. So I'm going to do that one, and I'm also going to do the little heart. Just a tiny bit. Here we go. Let's get those stuck down. I'm going to leave a bit poking off the top and cut that off, I think. Okay, let's do some trimming. Which will just give us some neater edges. There we go. So that is ready now for some letter stickers and for my journaling. Just trim that. That's it. There we go. Perfect. I will take a picture when I've done and show you later. Bye.